You're watching KSL, Utah's source for news.
Getting ready, Haley, Idaho, anticipating the return of Sgt Bergdahl, held captive in Afghanistan for 5 years. Bergdahl remains in Germany tonight as his homecoming is being planned out. Folks around the country asking questions just about how he was released.
Political specialist Richard Pyatt's live in the newsroom with the political implications. Rich?
Well, since KSL first broadcast a news conference with Sgt Bergdahl's parents, we've been monitoring those tough questions. And tonight, mixed emotions about the release of a prisoner of war. For Congressman Chris Stewart, veteran Air Force bomber and helicopter pilot, the release of a prisoner of war is a big deal.
I think, like almost all Americans, I'm very, very glad to have him home.
But like a growing number of people, there are serious questions about freeing Sgt Bergdahl in exchange for 5 known terrorists. The exchange happened contrary to the president's pledge not to negotiate with terrorists and a law to notify Congress 30 days before Guantanamo prisoners are released.
Very clearly there was a deal made for this, and it, I think, will ultimately lead to greater danger for Americans that are stationed overseas. And I just think we have to acknowledge that and discuss it and see if there's a way we can minimize that now.
In fact, there are already strong voices calling for a congressional investigation.
But the bad of this is we gave the Taliban their starting team back. We put the 5 guys that have led this organization, have allegedly killed thousands of people and been responsible for that, back into home confinement, which could potentially lead to them being back on the battlefield. That's where we've got a lot of concern.
The White House continues to focus on how much Bergdahl's release means to his friends and family and to members of the military. Here in Utah, it's a reminder of the risk and cost of being at war.
When one of us is held against our will or is a detainee of war and is able to come home and be reunited with their family, that's certainly a victory for all of us.
Other members of our congressional delegation, Congressman Rob Bishop, Congressman Jim Matheson, Senator Mike Lee, are all declining to comment on this situation right now because they say they want more information about what happened.
Very unusual situation, Rich. Do you celebrate or investigate? I guess we'll just have to wait for some answers.
A lot of people have mixed feelings about it, for sure.
Indeed. Richard Pyatt from the newsroom. Thanks, Rich. Deanie?